Winter camping sucks. Are you a freaking idiot? Why would you leave your warm house to go freeze out in the middle of the woods? Nope, nada, it ain't gonna happen. Before all you winter camping experts jump all over me, realize that I actually do like winter camping, and last week I produced a video on why you should go winter camping. But before you go winter camping, there are many challenges that you're going to have to deal with that you don't have to think about in other seasons. So here are 5 reasons why you should not go winter camping. Let's start with the obvious. It's cold. If you aren't prepared, you could be uncomfortable. You need to have good clothing, good gear, good skills, knowledge, and preparation in order to not be cold. And the truth is, when you get into that warm sleeping bag, I guarantee that you're going to have to get back out into the cold and have to pee. Are you ready to have a pee bottle? The good news is, in the cold, you can put on more layers. In the hot, you can only get so naked. It gets dark early at night and it stays dark late in the morning. So it's going to be dark 13, 14 hours and you can kill a bunch of that time sitting around the campfire with your friends. But the truth is you're probably going to be spending 8 to 12 hours in your tent. If you are cold or your pad is uncomfortable and you aren't sleeping well, that can make for a very long night. However, if you're prepared, you can be comfortable and entertained in the dark. The woods can be a very quiet place when you are alone in the winter with no leaves on the trees. It can be very nice, but it can get spooky and very lonely. So I got to go buy a big warm sleeping bag, sleeping pad with more insulation, warm clothes, maybe a new tent, maybe a new axe or a saw for processing firewood, maybe some new cooking gear. It can get expensive really quick. So if you want to avoid buying a big warm sleeping bag, you may have a couple warmer weather sleeping bags where you can slide inside of each other and layer them together where it's going to give you enough insulation to stay warm. So there are ways where you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. You just have to be creative. Well, you could die. There is that. However, if you are prepared and you're with a group of other people, you're not going to freeze to death. However, it will be slippery out there. You are going to be using an axe, a saw, and there's going to be a lot of strenuous activity of gathering firewood, processing firewood, perhaps walking through deep snow. You just need to pace yourself and not overdo it. You don't want to sweat. The key is being prepared in case something bad happens. Having good campmates is very important for safety and for a rescue in case of a serious medical issue. I don't recommend solo winter camping unless you are very experienced and have some sort of communication with the outside world. Sure, you may not be hiking far and you may be spending a lot of time at the campfire and in your tent, but it's a lot of work. Walking to camp is more difficult because you have bigger, heavier gear and there may be snow or ice on the ground. So when it's cold out, you're going to have a campfire for a long time, both at night for hours, in the morning for hours, and in the coldest conditions, you're going to be burning a campfire all the time. And doing this requires a lot of firewood. Gathering firewood, processing firewood, it's a lot of work. If you're with a good camping group, the gathering of the firewood, the processing the firewood, it isn't so much a chore, but it's a good, fun team activity. But pace yourself and be sure you don't sweat. Winter camping is like apples and oranges compared to camping in other seasons. However, it can be a lot of fun. So if you are thinking about going out and winter camping, I urge you to give it a try. And you can do it on a budget if you are creative. But go out, don't sweat, just go out someplace for a night or two, someplace where you can bail out if you get cold. And as you gain that experience, you can go out for more nights, more remote locations, maybe in more extreme temperatures. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, do me a favor, hit subscribe, punch that bell notification, check out Midwest Backpacker on Instagram and on Facebook. Thanks for coming along, and if winter camping isn't for you, I guess we'll have to wait till spring until I see you out on the trail.